Okay, what do we have on our greatsword set right now? We can probably make a better one, honestly. Okay, what greatswords do we have right now? We have the Magnamalo one, and we have a sleep one. Frenchie, thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. That is generous of you, friend. And enjoy fish kebab. Okay. I had a greatsword set. What does it have on it currently? It has attack boost 4, crit eye, focus, defense boost, wirebug whisperer. We probably want more points in focus if we can. Yep, that song is from Generations and Generations Ultimate. There are 2 songs. I have them both as sub alerts. Focus. Focus waist. Focus waist. Focus chest. Can we... Okay, no, there's 3. We'll probably want to get Kazoo Coil, Anjanath Mail, and Anjanath Helm. We need an Anjanath Plate. Sounds like we're hunting some Anjanath to me. Do you have any Monhun controllers? I have the same one that you just got, Regulace. Aside that, I don't have any Monster Hunter controllers, but I have a Monster Hunter Special Edition 3DS and a Monster Hunter Special Edition PSP. Okay, so Kazoo Coil, Anjanath Chest. Okay. Diablo Stirp. Hope we get this plate semi-quick. Me too. It's okay, it'll be good practice for Greatsword and good practice for Anjanath. We shouldn't bring the Magnamalo one. That one strikes me as being a bit too strong. Let's see. Outside of that, we have Ingot Greaves, Jaggy Greaves. We should change this to Baroth. Greatsword really doesn't need Razor Sharp at all. Does not look very good. We can change that up, I think. Hang on a second. Oh, sorry, Derp. A little bit weird looking, but that's okay. Did you know you can charge the bow while backstepping? I guess so. I guess I knew that. It's kind of like a backwards evade. Bow is super sick in this game. I need more practice at it. Okay, let's choose some greatswords to make. We're probably going to make the Gossarag greatsword. It looks like a strong contender. We'll probably make the Mizutsune greatsword. Axe blade, probably not. Carapace sword, probably not. Tigrex, you gotta make the Tigrex greatsword. I don't care if it's not the strongest, you gotta make it. As for the shock sword, it's a lot of element is a great sword though. I don't know. That's a gross one. Deadly Serpent Blade. Izuchi Blade. We're gonna make the Narga one. Oh god, I'm so happy these Narga designs are in this game. We already have a Sleep Greatsword, so we don't necessarily need that one. We have the Buster Blade already. The Barbaroi Blade 2. 42 fire is pretty big. What is this? Kestodon Greatsword? What a weird design. I don't mind it. Do we have another Flame Sword? We have the Aknasom one. This one's better. Let's make it. Cheers, Kaze. Thank you. Thanks for the gift sub. I hope you are enjoying the stream. That is generous of you. Thanks. And enjoy Elzeret. Enjoy the sub. It's so good to have. It's from 2nd gen? Wait, really? That's cool. I didn't know that was. I didn't know that at all. I think I'll probably still make the Acnosum one. I know that's dumb, but I just like the design. Oh, dude. Same with the Tetranodon. I know we don't need these, but like they're such cool designs. It's hard to pass them up. That one looks really cool too. This dragon one. Want to make the Diablos Greatsword, of course. And then we have the Anjanath Greatsword too. Not into that one. Of course, you got to make this Ogre one. We're just going to straight up make it. No reason not to. All right. Ludroth one too. I love all the Greatsword designs. So much fun. Like, I know we don't need these, but they're just cool. Mount Shrooms. I wonder if that comes from a trade. We can upgrade our Sleep Greatsword. Let's do that. It only has 10 sleep, 120 attack. Let's see what the other one's at. The Somnicanth one. 16 sleep. But it's weak. We'll just upgrade the one that we've got. And what the heck, we'll make the Ninja Parasol too. Yeah, it is kind of funny, Biotech, isn't it? They stick out as being like very simple designs. All right, let's go back over this once. Gauss Blade. We can just make the Mizutsune ones. Let's do that. Easy enough. Tigrex, we need some stuff. Narga, we need some stuff. Not making Somnicanth. Barbaroi, we've got everything we need. In fact, I think I'm going to roll back the Buster Blade for it. I don't know. I actually might use the Buster Blade in this next quest. Give it some time in the sun. Whoops. Alright, Acnosum we should have everything for. Oh! What's wrong? Oh, we need a crest from Acnosum now. That's fine. Tetranodon, we need a beak. Can we upgrade into it? Nope. Okay. Diablos, we need a tail case. We can probably make up till then, though. Good old 800 Earth Crystals, yep. Took a minute to relax, but that rampage was fun. You can see where multiplayer will make it much more enjoyable. Multiplayer helped me... Oh, we can just do the upgrade. Sick! We have the Diablos Greatsword done. That feels good. I'll probably make this Dragon Greatsword just in case. Yeah, doing Rampage and multiplayer last week helped me kind of come to understand a bit more of like what you should be doing at each point in the Rampage, and I liked that. Okay. Okay. Lots of fun stuff to farm up with our new greatswords. We probably just unlocked a switch skill too. What's a good set for dual blades and for you? What point of the game are you at? Only just starting 2-star, but the movement around the maps is so fluid. It's pretty fun. Look at all those nice greatswords. That feels good. I don't even know what we're gonna hunt next, but let me grab this Buster Sword. I think let's do Anjanath. Can you explain the weapon upgrade system in the newer gens? Sort of, sure. So, you have weapon trees here. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward. You can make the ones that have the little white hammer symbol next to them, so you can just straight up forge this one. You can also look at it like a traditional weapon list, where you scroll through and you can see all the different weapons you can make. And then later on, you can upgrade them. I think this tree view is more useful. The green squares are something that I can upgrade because I have the base camera one, so it's telling me I can upgrade it up to this one. In fact, you know what? I can make the Gauss one right now if I do that, so let's upgrade this. So along the way, I'm going to go to this next green one. You can see, besides the upgrade materials, the Matchlite or in the Keston shell, you can see it needs 5 points of Neopteron. So when I go upgrade, it asks me to put in points of Neopteron here. So I'm going to put in a couple Alteroth stomachs. You can see each piece here has a different value, and so it fills up that bar. I need 5 points, so I put in 2 of the stomachs, which are worth 2. And I'm going to put in 1 scrap here. And now I've upgraded that. And now I can go ahead and I can make the Gossarag Greatsword because I can upgrade for it. You can see I have 2 options. I could have forged the Gossarag one, or I could upgrade to it, and I have everything for the upgrade, so here we are. Sweet. Now I have the forgeable one on my wish list, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Let me go back to my wish list here and find the Gauss Blade and remove it because I already made it. Does that answer your questions, Frenchie? Do you have any other questions about the upgrade system? You could expand, you know, Bistretto Chronicles. It's a bistro that also serves for Stretto. Something to think about. Thanks, Volasin. I'll tuck that away. Today you learned you can break Tetranodon's torso. It's kind of gnarly looking. Yeah, let me. Was that good enough, Frenchie, or do you have any other questions? I'd be happy to answer any of them. Okay, we're gonna hunt Anjanath. But we did probably just unlock a new switch skill, so let's go take a look at it. Always seen it in World, but never really understood it. That's okay. They added the whole, like, 5 points of Neopteron thing, like the little levels where you have to put in parts. They added that in this game. It wasn't in World. It was also in Generations. So that's like a portable team thing that they brought back. All right. What did we get? Adamant Charge Slash. So Hunting Edge, a daring aerial attack. Using a wire bug to fly up for a hefty round slash. If the attack connects, the hunter bounces upward and transitions directly to the next charge slash attack. Don't really like this one super well. A technique, and this one costs 2. This one only costs 1. A technique using a wire bug to dash forward and deliver a strong charged slash. Also allows you to withstand knockdown attacks by hardening your body as you dash forth. This sounds cool. Let's try it out. Let's eat. He got the skill. I'm excited for it. Razor Sharp is useful for dual blades. It is, Yumu. I'm sorry, I think I missed if you said what part of the game you were at, Yumu. G Silver? Okay, if you're in G rank, then yeah, get Razor Sharp, get some damage skills like Challenger 2 or Weakness Exploit. You can get some Elemental Up skills as well if you're running Elemental Dual Blades, which you probably should be. Element is very strong on Dual Blades, so it's worthwhile to kind of gear into that. So you can do something like Razor Sharp, Element Attack up 1 or 2, and then something like Challenger 2 to round it out. Okay, let's go. While we're here learning Anjanath, pretty sure he's weakest on his head and snout, wings, and tail, not legs. I don't know what the legs are after the break because the game doesn't tell me. Materials. I'm guessing this is the plate, and it doesn't really tell me. Okay, so target rewards. 2% chance from the quest. 3% chance from capture. 3% from broken parts is probably his head. 3% from carves, and 1% from drop materials. So carves are probably better than capture rewards. Because you get multiple of them? I mean to try out Greatsword, messed with it in the demo, it was pretty neat. I need more practice. We don't have that awful guard tackle on, do we? Nope, just regular tackle, that's good. Okay. Was that the new skill? Yeah, it was. Okay, so that's just a quick sheath. Nice, that's pretty cool. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Quick sheath plus buff. Hooray. It feels good, doesn't it? Feels good. Okay. I'll try that one more time. Yeah. I like that skill. That skill feels really good. Much better than the aerial one. Yen dun dun dun. Yen dun dun dun. Oh, I should actually try and see if it has a different effect when you press A. Nope. A just swings. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and take this slow. Because I don't really understand Anjannath's movements, and I'm not really great with Greatsword. I don't know if that Roar just didn't hit me, or if it has iframes at the beginning of that switch skill. Or, Wirebug Art, then. Whoops. What's your favorite locale theme? I think it's this one, but the volcano's been growing on me. Whoops. Going for the Wirebug here. What did Annie say, Uchi? I missed it. Oh, on the quote. Nope, wrong one. That's okay. I think I would have been out of position with the other one anyways. Oh, I didn't charge it. Feels bad, man. Also feels bad, man. That's okay. We'll get better. What's been your favorite hunt so far? Zinogre. I really like Zinogre in this game. Flexing Wirebug Whistler charm. I have described whistling as one of the few things I feel like I'm actually talented at in life. Can't climb that. Too tall. Good at streaming. Thanks. I appreciate that. I wouldn't call myself like naturally gifted at streaming. It's something where I had to kind of learn it. Whistling, I mean, I'm sure I had to learn it at some point, but that was weird. I like dropped straight into the air. Whoops. Should have tackled. Oh. Oh. Okay, that is a very scripted pin. Wow. I didn't even know Anjanath had a pin in this game. Whoops. Wrong button. I thought Anjanath was very threatening in the world. I never got good at him. Oh, and you can tackle out of it to get into true charge. Oh my god, that's so good! Wow! I didn't even think about that. You can use that and immediately tackle and skip it right to true charge, so it lets you reposition with a true charge pretty quickly. That's so nice. Whoops. Oh, and we're stunned. Nice, Anjanath. Yeah, I think I just need a lot of practice with this greatsword still. I don't like the focus on true charge, but I think since base world they really changed how the moves work, so that it feels like each of the moves is kind of worth at least going for. It's not always just worth skipping the rest of your move set and going straight to true charge, because it's just a big overcommitment in most situations. I don't know how I missed that. I was hammering on A. All right, let's go get the tail. Is the pink T-Rex a wall in this game? It's not a wall for me because I've beaten him, but I'm not good at him. I think he's difficult. But he's a Brute Wyvern. Is he the only Brute Wyvern? No, there's Baroth. Him and Baroth. I think they're the only two Brute Wyverns in this game. Dude, blessed game. What a good monster roster. Only two brutes. Good game. Trying to tackle that, didn't work. No, you're good, Trav. Go ahead. If it's that you can cancel it quickly into a true charge, I did figure that out. Oh. I've done it once so far. Mistimed that tackle. Ooh, he tracks pretty hard with that. So right here we can go ahead and charge it, tackle, go into a true charge. Oh, and whiff. Oh, I overcorrected too much. That feels so awful. Hey, Bizarrios. Excuse me. Oh, you can adjust the distance it goes. That's a good tip. Thanks. I wouldn't normally attack my target monster with another monster, but the increased shiny drops are going to increase our chance of a plate, so here we are. Dude, Bizarrios the turret. That doesn't seem to really boost our gauge very much. Let's go for a strong attack. What's it going to be? I have never killed a monster with another monster before. That's just funny looking. So much for shinies. We got a couple here. That's really funny. GG? Thanks. Greatsword is fun. Hello, Jack Michelson. Thanks, Bizarrios. Have a nice life. So I need Bizarrios parts. Now I have 22 bows. That's ridiculous, Marks. Personally, you usually just let it rip instantly to try to get into True Charge Slash rather than tackling. Another thing is that you can aim it directly towards a down monster after you finish your punish, and it'll push your character model up against them, which can line you up for an additional True Charge Slash if you aim well. Interesting. I'll have to play around with it some more. No plates for me. At least not yet. We'll come back to it. We probably don't need full focus 3. You can force Chitronodon into his big Chungus state by getting hit with his pin. Does he get into his big Chungus state just from the mere thought of eating you? That's kind of scary. Okay. What else do we need here? Let's take a look at our wish list. Tetranodon Beak. Why don't we do that? Let's do Tetranodon next. I haven't fought one in a while. Hey, Alpha. He grabs up gravel with you, but yes, he gets Chungus from the Nom. Gotcha. I appreciate the Tetranodon facts, Nox. I really haven't fought this monster very much. He was one of my favorite monsters pre-release. I was like, man, this thing looks so cool. I've barely fought him. Yeah, Parsec. Even with early equipment, it felt like we bullied him. I bet I'll like him in the hub. I'm looking forward to fighting him in the hub, I'll say that. I like that, Marths. How are things going? Things are going well. We're almost done collecting a bunch of weapons in Low Rank Village. We just did the last Low Rank Village quest tonight. If you look at our weapons here, We're getting to the point where we have quite a few of them. 3 pages of weapons still in low rank village. We're gonna start soloing through low rank hub pretty soon here. What star are you in village? 6? We're done with village. Yep, we're done with village. We're just collecting things, and I'm basically just practicing the weapons before I move on to doing a bunch of weapon raffles in the hub. A lot of these weapons, I didn't touch them very much in World, or at all in World, so I need a lot of practice before I'll feel kind of decent at them, and I'd like to do that before we go through the game, so that's why we're going so slowly. I'm at like 90 hours, and I've just done low rank village. Can you recommend doing the special license stuff before touching hub? Then they go away if you rank up. Yep, I already did them. Yep, I thought about that. But I appreciate it, Nox. It's a bummer that those quests are just unaccessible, or inaccessible rather, if you go hub first. It's too bad. Okay. Let me check to see if there's a sale. There is. Okay, I need to take better advantage of these sales. I haven't been doing it, and it feels bad. Oh, we're broke again. Lame. Bingo! He gave us some lottery tickets. Oh, thank you. I could have used those. Fairly sure the urgents are regular quests from the next tier like in Village, so these special multi-mon ones were fun. Yeah, I think so too. I had a good time with them. And yeah, the urgents in Hub do still get just added to the regular quest ranks, so by going through Village first, you do not miss out on any of the content, whereas if you go through Hub first, you do miss out on those special license tests. Pretty sure the special license quests are available in the Hub? I don't think so. I mean, they're not the same as the urgents. The urgents for those ranks are different than the special license quests. The special license quests are Village quests that are multi-monsters. They're really neat. Okay, Tetranodon. Is this that new Pokemon game? You could say that, Static. You do command monsters to fight other monsters. Somehow I don't think Game Freak could make something look this good, though. Which, when thinking about how many copies Pokemon sells and how prestigious and, like, momentous the Pokemon IP is just freaking absurd. Like, I don't care if they're a small company. That is just absurd that Capcom, which, like, sells a minuscule amount of copies of these games compared to Pokemon as a series, can make this game run this well on the Switch, and then Pokemon companies just over there like, oh, we're sitting on our hands. We can't really code very well like this. Oh, too soon. This actually might be kind of a tough Greatsword matchup, honestly. I feel like when you're moving around quickly, you can kind of deal with Tetranodon's moves, but with Greatsword, we're gonna have to be careful. Aw. Aw. Hey, Ramel, bro. Have you seen the forward combo with the Greatsword? The forward combo. Is it one of the later Switch skills? Because if so, no, I've not really. Chungus. Oh, it roars. Its base moveset. What's the forward combo? A plus A plus A. That's been in the game. It's interesting that you can get to that sweeping charge after a tackle. Oh, I did tackle it, so I didn't take much damage, but the tremor got me. Just gives you some forward movement with lighter hits. Nice. Was that from World? Yeah, that was from World because it was added with the tackle. Nice. Feels good. No worries, Ninra. Yeah. The tackle move was added in World. It's pretty cool. Oh, God. Shiny Nakra. Dang it. He went back at just the right time. I didn't understand what Mark said at all. I think you're going to take a break from Rise for the today. Nice. Yeah, I think if you've gone through the game quickly, or even if not, if you've just been playing nonstop, I know some folks would probably want to break right around now. Got all the low rank Magnamalo weapons made? Nice. I have a chunk of them made. So you're happy? Nice. Oh, no real roar there. Dude, the pin. The animation work on the pins is nice. Get him! Oh, it hit him, but it didn't dunk him. $168? Dude, that's crazy. You're double my playtime. Pins are the best they've ever been. I think so too, Nox. There are some folks in our Discord who really don't like them, but I think they're so much better. I don't know, I think it's nice that it ties into the wire bug and makes it so you have to be really careful about how you spend your wire moves and your wire fall and stuff like that. I also like that so far, at least it seems like there are no pin animations that are like, I don't know, really broken. In 4 Ultimate, it felt like there were some pin animations that were just really egregious and that they were like an integral part of the monster's movement, like Desert Celtis Queen, where they used it just constantly. It was really frustrating. So I like what they did to them in this game quite a bit. God darn it. I tackled that, but he still stunned me. I mean, Marks, at that point, if a monster had a pin, you basically wouldn't be allowed to use your wire bugs at all, which I think would be lame. I think it's okay that they cost 1. I think just having 1 is an okay cost, because that means you have to be careful with your wire bugs, but it's not like you can't use your wire bugs at all. No, they're not completely inconsequential waste of time. It means you have to be careful. If you're up against a monster like Tetranodon, and he does a lot of damage to you with his pin, you gotta be careful. You can't spend both your wire bugs. I think it's a good thing. The wire bug system needs more of that, honestly. I don't know if they all need to be pins, but it needs more things where you have to be careful about spending your wire bugs. That way they're not too free and not too powerful. Exactly what Viotech said. Your first cart was to a Snarls pin? I think my first cart was to a Zinogre? No, my first cart was to the training room dummy, but after that. Our first cart in Portable Third was to an Arzuros. Endlessly whiffing True Charge Slash. Was it Kazu after the training dummy? So early. He fakes me out with that each time. No, dude. I like this guy with Greatsword. I really like him. His movements all have really long big tells, so if you're trying to counter it, it's actually tricky. I get tremored. Yeah, I did. Weak. It's okay. Yeah, the stuff in 4 Ultimates G-Rank especially, it felt like half of the pins were just obnoxious and completely inconsequential, like Kazu's pin. When you get hit by Kazu's pin in G-Rank, there's a full 5 to 6 second animation of it picking you up and getting ready to eat you before it actually eats you. So unless you are literally asleep at your 3DS, you will always have a dung bomb ready. So it's like, that pin doesn't need to exist. Same thing with Desert Celtis Queen. Then the other half of the pins, like Rajang and Devil Joe, were like, if you don't already have your dung bomb selected on the touchscreen, you're going to take a large chunk of damage. And there was no in between. And it sucked. It was dumb. Let me try this again. All right, I'm going to try and line up a True Charge Slash. I did it! Yeah, exactly, Vio. And I think that's the point that I really like, is like you can't just spend your wire bugs willy-nilly. And like, ideally, you should never be spending your wire bugs super aggressively, because it means that you can't wire fall out of the way, and you can get comboed pretty hard in this game because of that. You don't get knocked into a downed iframe state as much in this game because of wire fall existing. But even outside of that, it's nice to have other moves that require them, because it means that you have to be careful and you have to be thinking about using your wire bugs. I think it's a really good balance. The last thing Consequence marks is just not using your wire bugs over aggressively, and I think that's good enough for me. The minuscule chance you'll have 0 wire bugs? I mean, if you're playing aggressively, you're going to have 0 wire bugs often, I think. I mean, I don't always do that because I'm not playing all that aggressively yet in this game. I'm still kind of feeling things out. But I imagine if you're really jiving, you're really going for some fast farming or for some fast clears, you're going to be lower on wire bugs more often than you think. Have you tried eating ping damage once? I've not, no. Okay, we can make the Tetranodon Greatsword. Yeah, some weapons have super slow cooldowns on wire bugs and are using their bugs all the time. Other weapons like Insect Wave are never using their bugs, so it's like you always have that available. So I think in that way it's slightly unbalanced, where like some weapons, the wire bug moves are so core to their kit that like it's really a pretty big deal to them. Other weapons like Insect Wave, they don't care. You're never going to get pinned and hit as an Insect Wave for the most part. And that feels slightly unbalanced to me in terms of like how they structure the wire bug moves, but all right, great swords. So like it's not perfect, but I still think this is miles better than the old school pins. The old school pins were just a bummer, man. All right, we need 3,000 Zenny. We're low on Zenny. think the balance is almost perfect. It's pretty decent. Do you keep recharging wire bugs during the startup to the pin animation? Forget if you do. No idea. Alright. Cool Tetranodon Greatsword. I like it. Let's go use it to hunt an Acnosom and get a crest. We need 1 crest. 760 plus iron ore. Sell those. They don't sell for that much. It's not really worth selling. They sell for 60 zenny each. I mean, that's a lot of them. I know. But they don't sell for that much. I guess I could. Maybe you're right. 3 different water greatswords too. What a cool greatsword. I really like how this looks. Right, Acnosom. Yep, they remind me of that 2 Nox. I gotcha, Ice Tea. Makes sense. I'll think about it next time I'm low on Zenny. I can sell a couple hundred probably without even caring. And it'll probably still be good Zenny too. They were so grand, Syphonia. Right, Acnosom. If you want to DM me about it on Discord, Frenchie, you can go ahead. You can DM me it, and I'll check before talking about it on stream. I've probably seen it in somebody else's stream or video or something, so I'm not worried about the spoilers. But for stream's sake, if you want to DM about it, you're totally fine too. We're gonna fast travel to the other camp. What's up here? We should always grab these for points. For parsecs and for Marth's sake, and a few others, I'm sure. It's been 2 weeks, low rank spoilers have been lifted. I don't know if Frenchie's trying to ask about something in low rank. This greatsword's cool. I need to look at this thing's cutting hit zones. No! Oh, we still hit it. I think its tail is weak. I'm pretty sure it's its crest and wings that are good damage, and the rest of its body's pretty bad. So it's like legs and tail. Right. Thanks, Acnosom. I feel like Greatsword's one of the weapons where I'm going to have a tougher time with these early game monsters, just because you actually have to understand their animations, not to get decked. Other weapons can dance around them pretty quickly, but Greatsword's actually got to know what it's doing. Imagine that. I should have used the quick sheath skill. Will you do low rank hub or high rank hub directly? Low rank hub. We're going to be soloing through low rank hub probably next week. We're going to be doing a multiplayer night this Friday though, another low rank multiplayer night in the hub. So if you're down to come and partake of some low rank hunts, get some low rank materials you need, do some low rank rampages, feel free and come out. really making the most of low rank then. We're trying our best, yeah. It's mostly, like, I think even more so than, like, me wanting to really, like, stretch out low rank, it's more so I want to try and practice each of the weapon types for a good while before we really start doing progression through the rest of the game and really start doing more weapon requests, or, like, weapon raffles. Because I just don't feel comfortable with a lot of these weapon types in this game. Because they're so different from 4th gen. So different. That's a new move. Oof. Might join for some rampages? Sweet. It was a lot of fun last week. I had more fun than I thought I was going to. Like, I knew we'd have a good time, but it was actually really fun, the cadence of, like, everybody gets to do a regular quest where we hunt all the monsters, and then everyone gets to do a rampage. It was like a nice duopoly of quests. I am aware of this, Skiffy. Like, I know about a lot of the things from World. I just didn't get to play them very much. Or I did not play them very much. Like, I played World, and I watched other people play all the weapons in World. I just didn't play all of them myself. Like, Longsword Spirit Gaze level becoming inconsequential. It's pretty nuts. Especially if you swap out Helm Splitter for Sakura Slash Nox. It's insane. You have all these different ways to get to red and, like, not really any way to spend it. I did some testing in the training room the other day about once you get to red, what kinds of damaging options you have, whether you're using Helm Splitter or you're using Sakura Slash or the regular Longsword Spirit combos. I didn't test EI, the EI Slash, and I didn't test the 2 Wire Bug Art, the Serene Pose. I didn't test those yet. But I tested Helm Splitter and Sakura Slash, the regular Spirit combo, the shortcut Spirit combo, and the Spirit combo with normals in between each of its hits. And it was interesting in that Helm Splitter did more damage than every other option, whether you were using Element or not. But all of the other damage options gained a lot more damage from Elemental than Helm Splitter did. It was a little closer than I thought it was going to be completely honest with you. It was a little closer than I thought it was going to be. Both the Spirit combo from a shortcut and the Spirit combo with normals in it are decently close to Helm Splitter damage, once in red gauge, and once with Element. Get dunked. That feels good. How the Helm Splitter use land and jab? Spam ZR while you're jumping up to the monster. If you already hit the monster, it's usually too late, and you kind of come back down with that little stab. Spam ZR like as you're hitting the monster. Nope, you can't pause while riding. You can hit the home button to go to the Switch's menu as a pause if you need to. That pauses the game. No, you're fine, Vio. Did we really just KO it? We did. Absurd. No! You have to spam for Helm Splitter to work? No, you can probably time it correctly. I have a hard time timing it. It's harder to hit than... It's harder to make it come out than Worlds, because in World, you just automatically did Helm Splitter. In this game, there's like a little stab that comes out if you don't press the input for Helm Splitter instead. Goodbye, Agnesom. For me personally, Nox, I think I'm probably, because I did that damage comparison between the other damage combos in Helm Splitter once you get to red gauge, I'll probably just end up playing with Sakura Slash, staying in red forever, and just using the spirit moves often in combat, coupled together with EI and counters. I think I'll have more fun with that than trying to land Helm Splitter. I don't like how Helm Splitter feels. It does so much damage, but I hate the whole, like, I'm gonna jump onto the monster and bounce off and come back down. It just feels bad. So, I probably won't use it that much. I'm reading your stuff, Fio. Wrist is anti-weeb. It's not that I'm anti-weeb, I just don't like how that move feels. It just feels dumpy to me. Thoughts on dual blades and best switch skill for it. I have not unlocked all the switch skills. In terms of my thoughts on dual blades, I think they feel fun in this game. I really like the new turning combos that were added in Demon Mode's triangle combo. It feels good to me. No, you can't use Dong in the new pins, only Wirefall. I never really got used to World's dual blades. So it feels good to me that there are a couple combos with this game's dual blades where it feels like every button you press really matters. I'm sure the same was true in World's dual blades, but I had a harder time with it. Had a harder time with some of the inputs. It felt like I would always mash into that regular like triangle combo or X combo pretty frequently. I really like, I don't know, I like how its demon moveset feels in this game. There's a neat thing about Feral Demon Mode. I saw that. It's like a 20% raw buff. It's huge. Beast Edinco. Thanks for the follow. Hydrate? Okay, I will. Thanks, Frenchie. Okay. Yeah, I'm with Vio. That's a nice write-up, Vio. Okay, Tigrex Fangs. Diablo's Tail Case. Oh, we already made this. We can get it off of there. Okay. Narga Cut Wings. Suspicious Fangs. I don't know where I get those. Somnicanth Talons. Lagombi Ice Claw. Let's use the new Acnosam Sword on Lagombi. Ooh, or we could use the Barboy Blade. It's so much stronger. It has less green, but so much more element and extra defense. Let's go with that. What a cool design. Really matches our armor set. Cool looking. Kezu is Suspicious Claw. Interesting. Thanks, Nox. I mean, the same was true for pins in 4 Ultimate Marts. Half the pins in 4 Ultimate never resulted in a punish because you had 6 to 7 seconds to get a dung bomb ready. The other half were obscenely unfair and did too much damage if you didn't instantly hit them with a dung bomb. Whisquis, thank you for the follow. Cheers. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. This is like the most this is like the most turbo nerd Monster Hunter discussion ever. It's like pins. Hi, Bina Bina Ho. Plus, like, a dung bomb didn't take away from your ability to do, like, a real... You're saying Rise pins aren't perfect? I don't think they're perfect either, but I think they're a substantial improvement on every incarnation of pins that came before. Pins didn't used to take away from your ability to do giant damage moves. Now they do. That's a pretty big trade-off, I think. That's a pretty fair summary, Frenchie. Alright, we're gonna do Lagombi and then Kezu, I think. Lagombi's all the way down in 2-star. It's so weird. And yeah, like we talked about earlier, there are some There's some variable balance there. Yes, Wirefall does have an increased cooldown from your normal movement wire bugs. We're gonna probably melt this Lagombi, but that's okay. Yep. Whereas Insect Wave doesn't have like a super often use for its wire bug arts, and so it almost always has at least one bug up. So there's definitely some variability in terms of like what weapons are going to be like in that way. Yep, I think that's what I think. We've kind of touched on that, Bina Ho. You also missed just getting eaten by the monster. That's iconic to you. I think that is exclusive to you, Marths. You and a few others, we'll say. We just got robbed of frames? Weird. It's not on my end. Give me that static? Twitch has had some weird stuff. Apparently. Hey, Morg Daddy, good to see you. I liked listening to your guys' recent podcast episode. Yours just crashed and you had to reload? Weird. It's not on my end. I'm looking at OBS, no drop frames. Computer's chilly. Weird. Is there a reason why you don't play with floating damage numbers? Not like a huge reason, Whisquis. I use them when I'm learning a new weapon for its moves, or I use them if I'm testing certain types of comparisons for moves or sets or stuff. I use them in the training room sometimes. When I'm actually hunting the monster, I kind of like memorizing where I'm supposed to hit and then playing without them. They kind of seem distracting to me in a weird way. I think part of it's probably just that I got used to playing without them in the old games, but I feel like I'm able to focus a little bit more on my moves and the monster's moves and what's going on without the damage numbers popping off. It's just like one more visual and like logical stimuli for my brain that I don't always need. Maybe that's like I'm smooth brain or too smooth brain to handle the damage numbers, but that's why I do it. Aww. You definitely do power through moves like that. That was a great explanation. Ha, idiot. Thanks, Nox. Oh, it feels bad. Alright, we need to not go for true charge slashes on Lagombi. That much is very clear. I like this greatsword design. I'm glad we made it. Yeah, this game's damage numbers are also pretty large. Like on top of the other reason I said, they're also like kind of large in this game. They take up a lot of space, especially if you're hitting the weak spots. Yeah, I found Lagombi and Volvidon both quite challenging in this game, Morg. If any of y'all are looking for a Monster Hunter podcast to listen to, some folks chatting about monsters as they play through the game or that kind of thing, check out Morg Daddy's Hunter's Hub podcast. It is a good podcast about Monster Hunter. There aren't that many of them out there. Turf war numbers are massive. That is something I actually miss a lot, is I don't get to see how much damage I'm doing when I'm in a turf war or when I'm running things up against a wall. I didn't leave the damage numbers on long enough to get a sense for that, so that's something I could probably serve to look at. The numbers block the crit flash. That's true too. Yeah, the Rise font is a little bit larger, more obtrusive. Get it! Get it! Got it! Where's our lucky life? I see him. My owl. Longest running Monster Hunter podcast. We even pop up on Google. That's rad. Good for you guys. I listened to you guys back when World and Iceborne came out. I don't always listen like all the time in between, but especially whenever a new game comes out, it's really fun to hear what each of you guys think of the new games. Nice. No, I think it's a good way to learn it at first, Marts. I need to do more of that, especially on a matchup like this. What is a lucky life? There are a couple different ones on the different maps, and yeah, they give different bonuses to you. Some of them give you lottery tickets, some of them give you more money, stuff like that. They'll usually say when you pick them up. It'll also notify you on the right of the screen when one's around you, and it'll show on the map. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's really how I'm gonna end up playing most of the time, Marks, except where I can slowly get better at actually going for greatsword reads. Currently, I'm not very good at that. Clearly. Oh, hey, Baggy. Let's go ahead and get some Baggy materials while we're here. Yeah, I've made a couple Volvodon weapons as well. I like what they did for Volvodon. He's quite threatening. He moves a lot quicker. The hitboxes on his charges are kind of suspect. Get him, Lagombi! Get aw. Nice camera. Nice camera. Boom. 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 It's cool skating around on Volvodon, on Lagombi's back. I think that's pretty neat. Still didn't break his head. Not a problem anymore. Got him. Yeah, I get that, Schmeg, especially for Gunlance. There are a lot of monsters in this game. Not all of them, but there are a good chunk of monsters that are very mobile, and they feel like they challenge your mobility and kind of force you to reposition often, which can be kind of frustrating. Barioth is still the same way. From the podcast, Morg, it sounded like you were taking things kind of slow. How are you enjoying the game? We're still in low rank village. I'm at the end of village. I'm just collecting a lot of each weapon before moving on to low rank hub. Yep, it's nice, Marts, isn't it? Kind of free though. Volvy's one shot before while you were gunning. Yeah, he can stun you multiple ways. I found myself getting stunned by him just from getting hit too often, and then also getting chained into a para and then a slam. It's a lot. Hey, Jay Novice. Yep, Barioth is one of my least favorite things in terms of like AI going around the map. He's one of the weird monsters in that he goes on like a world tour around the Sandy Plains way too frequently. Wish they would tweak that in an update, where he would stick around a couple of the areas a little longer. Yep, me too, Nimra. I like it. Love it. You can actually do special license quests to jump to high rank. Yep, I know. I already did the license quests too. I'm glad I did them. I'm just gonna do low rank hub because I like soloing all the content. It's gonna be fun, and I'll let chat choose the weapons along the way. It's gonna be a good time. Getting lots of playtime out of the game. We're at almost 90 hours and all in low rank so far. Yeah, the stuns in this game are pretty rough. Did we get what we needed? Did we get a claw? I think we did. Yep, there we go. What a cool greatsword. All right. Summon the Cant Talon. Oh yeah, we were gonna do Kezu. Let's go do Kezu. Yeah, I've seen that, Nox. That move is really cool. They did a great job with Rathalos in this game, which is kind of surprising. Oh, Frenchie DM'd me a while ago about buddies. Shoot, I didn't check my Discord. If you know that you could wave your buddies off when they go out for their little expeditions. I didn't know that, Frenchie. How do you mean, Frenchie? I know, I just looked at your Discord message. I'm sorry, friend. I don't often look at Discord while I'm streaming. Even though I asked you to send me a message. What a jerk. What do you mean by wave them off? Can you walk out to the edge and wave while they're flying away? Hello, ominous skull shocker. Really feels like a king of the sky here. It's nice. Really feel a lot of monsters will come back in G rank for real. It'll be exciting. We're trying to avoid talking about some of the later high rank stuff in this game because I haven't gotten there. I know about most of it because I've been watching other stuff, but just for the sake of folks who might be trying to avoid spoilers still, we have a few of those folks in the stream as well. Okay, Kazu. Alright, he's in 3-star and he's an optional. Right? Yeah. Won't say what, but you're stoked? Me too. Hello, Mortada. Alright. The maps in this game are so cool, dude. I like the maps in this game so much. No. Alright, whatever. It wasn't really ready yet, anyways. Alright, I'm going to leave you guys to watch Yomogi make some dongo, and I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. Or rather, these two cats make some dongo. Look at them go. Alright, I'll be right back. See you guys in just a moment.
Ah, the French champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.
Yeah, I agree, Fish Kebab. I was impressed by what they did with a lot of the lower tier monsters, especially returning ones. Returning monsters, I think, got the biggest glow ups, honestly, which is pretty neat. Added a lot of their later game additions, maybe not quite as quickly or as often or as damaging, but I think adding them to their movesets so that their movesets are more complex and a little more challenging, even in low rank, is a great change. I think it's awesome. The returning monsters from World, especially like Tobikadachi, Puki Puki, really, really good. Really impressed with those. Okay, we're here to hunt the Kezu. I've not fought that many Kezu. I've only fought like 2 of them or 3 of them, I think. Whoa. Grab a couple spear birds here. And some ore. I like Omudrim Nox. I'm excited to get better at him. I think he's really unique and fun. Alright, here's our favorite dude. Wait, what's this? Music in my Kezu fight? What the heck? Oh, there we go. That's better. Thank you, game. Much more authentic now. Yeah, I know what it was doing, Solar. I got you. I was making a joke. I just thought it was funny the game was playing some music and then shut the music off for when Kezu was detected. I think I've heard of them, Psychotic. Oh, I should have gotten out of, should have gotten out of dodge with the wire bug skill. Oh, I walked right into it. Feels bad, man. That turns more than I thought it was going to. Oh, we're stunned. Please don't stun me. Okay, we're good. We didn't die. Tackle. Woo! No! I suck so bad. That was gonna be so good. Yeah, Double Cross was Genyu in Japanese. It came out about 2 years or more before it came out as Generations Ultimate, so it came out before World. Let's roll off this Thunderblight. No, it did. It did, Marks. It released on the Switch and on the 3DS several years before GU on the Switch came out. How do you access the lottery? Only when the sales are up at the store, Rhyme, and that happens like once every couple quests. No worries, Rhyme. Lame. Too bad. Like Kaku, me too. I was gonna try and tackle it. I kind of screwed it up though. We're stunned again. Yep, I played it on Switch when it came out, like several years before, or like a year before World came out. Or like I guess it came out in the fall, I think. I think it came out in the fall, like 5 or 6 months before World came out. No! Never once got the free ticket. I don't know what exactly causes you to get the free ticket, but you can also just play the lottery with money too. You don't have to use the ticket for it. Yeah, I played about 50, 60 hours of Double Cross in Japanese before I was like, this is not for me. It was only like my second or third Monster Hunter game at that point, so I really didn't know my way around the series and its quests or its items all that well. I'm gonna miss again. Yep. So I had to look up everything constantly while playing, and it kind of wore on me. Having to look up all the meals and all the skills and all the armors and all the quests. It was just a lot. And we're stunned again. Uh-oh. Oh, good, he's tired. Whew. Don't really know what that noise is. I think it's the snail, but I don't know for sure. I think, yeah, when you buy a lot of items from the store during the sale, it will give you a lottery ticket that you can then spend in the lottery. You'll want to buy some items from the store, exit out of the store menu. Kagero will give you a lottery ticket, and then you can use that on the lottery. So lucky? Yeah, we were lucky. God, he looks so gross. What? I guess that's not that surprising. The snail. Just explore the map. Look around the horizon marks when you hear that noise on your Frost Islands. You'll have fun just discovering it on your own. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I bet we could use that wire bug attack to kind of line up a true charge slash on that attack if we were good enough. You jerk. No! Way over aggressive. I don't know then, 2R man. I'm not sure exactly what makes it proc, but I've gotten lottery tickets from the store then. I did the last time there was a sale up. They changed a few things, but not much, Floey, yeah. It still works because Kezu's always been, like, in principle, a good fight. Like, he's obnoxious, and his scream is annoying, but, like, in terms of a monster fight design, he is a good design. He makes you have to play very carefully. And he feels just like he used to, too. Come on, get it. Hit it. No! There we go. Yeah, you don't have to be as careful as you used to, but I think combined with this game's version of Stun and Thunderblight Vio, you still have to treat him pretty carefully. He's, I was going to avoid making a joke about this. He's pretty notorious in the community right now for a reason. I think it's because it's pretty easy to get carded by him. He was the first card. He was. He double carded me. He almost tripled me. He's not easy. Especially, I mean, like with those stuns, he can chain regular Thunderblight stuns into his paralysis. It's pretty scary. Hello, Kyrule. Nice, we got a lot of the Suspicious Fangs, which is what we needed. I forget what we needed them for, but we needed them for something. Have you read the village mission description for Kazu? Capcom is aware of how he looks. Mm-hmm, yep. Nothing more to say about it, Marth. It's just, he's rather notorious right now, that's all. Okay, which one of these greatswords needed that? It was the Bone Tree. Okay, then we need Tigrex Fangs for that last upgrade. I think, let's see, we've got another 2 hours. We're gonna take a break from greatsword. We've made some good greatswords. We have a couple more left over. I can hunt up on my own time, or we can hunt up another stream. What other weapon should we do today? We could do Gun Lance, Lance, Charge Blade, Light Bow Gun. I guess I'll do another weapon raffle. I'll let you guys choose where the stream goes for the next 2 hours.